After that, I am going to tell you some more commands. You can see in the drawing area, you can see some grid lines are there. Yes, grids are there. Okay, means there are lots of horizontal lines, vertical lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines are there. Okay, so these are the grids. Okay, you can see that this grid has been defined in whole of the drawing area, right? Which I don't want, because in the initial stage of AutoCAD, it might be confusion for me. So after unit command, I am going to tell you one more command which will set the grid in the specific region. Before that, let me tell you one more thing. See, if I talk about A4 size, okay, A4 size, what does that means? What is the A4 size? You might have seen A4 size papers. It looks something like this. What is the size of it? The length is 210 mm and the height is 297 mm. It is in millimeters. So I want to define my grid. I want to define my grid in this particular region. Okay. Yes. So that my working area got restricted and I can use very effectively my AutoCAD. So how I am going to use? First, I am going to use one command, that is limits, Limits. Let me go into that. Limits. 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 Enter. So limits is asking, once you type limits and you press enter, this option will be shown. You can see here what it is showing. Specify lower left corner. Look at here carefully. Specify lower left corner or on off. I am not going to touch as of now this on off. Okay, I am going to tell you this lower left corner. And you can see here 0,0 has been shown. So let me specify lower left corner. Now, what is this lower left corner? If I want this kind of grid, let's say this is your 0,0. 0,0 means this is the origin. There, I will call it as a lower left corner. This is the lower left corner. You can see here, lower left corner. Okay. This is the lower left corner. And I am specifying the lower left corner coordinate as 0,0. We all know our coordinate system, right? Okay, so I know that I have to specify x comma y point. X comma y point as 0,0. So that my origin becomes this lower left corner becomes 0,0. Let me go into the AutoCAD again. See, lower left corner, and by default, this is the by default value. By default value means what? Already suppose if I don't want to give any command here now, so it will by default take this 0,0. Just ignore that. As of now, I am going to type 0,0. What? First, I wrote limits and then press enter. Okay, then it will ask specify lower left corner. So lower left corner, I will give 0, 0. After giving 0, 0, enter must be pressed. So this is the lower left corner. So the AutoCAD will think that this lower left corner 0, 0 will be my initial point for this grids. Okay, let me do that. See, 0, 0 I have already given, then pressed enter. Now limits is asking specify upper right corner. Upper right corner, and again we have some by default values, that is 420, 297. Okay, this value is the by default value. If I don't give any value here and if I directly press enter, then it will directly take this value as the input. But I don't want this value because I want what? This coordinate to be, this is the upper, upper right corner. What should be the coordinate of this? It is nothing but the x value is 210 and the y value is 297. The x value is 210 and the y value is 297. So it is asking specify upper right corner. Specify upper right corner. Upper right corner I want to give 210, 297. Okay. Yes, 210, 297. No need to give any brackets. Okay. And then enter. Okay. So let me give there 210, 297 and press enter. Did you see any change? I didn't see any change. There is no change. For seeing that change, if you want to see the change, then you have to go to grid command. After this, you have to type grid command. And for activating the grid command, you have to type enter. Okay. Yes. Grid command. Let me go into that. GRID, grid. And for activating the grid command, you have to press enter. Now you can see there are lots of options I can see here. On, off, snap, major, adaptive, limits, follow, aspect. As this is the initial stage of AutoCAD, so I will restrict the grid option within this limit option only. You can see there are different options are there. And once I move my cursor, that is the arrow, onto that options, and if I press left onto that, that option will get activated inside the grid command. And also you can see in the limits, L is highlighted with blue color. L is highlighted with blue color. In the limits, the L is highlighted with blue color. That means if I give L inside this grid, L, okay, L inside this grid, then limit option inside the grid. Focus one thing. Or continuously I am saying that L inside the grid. L inside the grid. Okay, because after the grid command, I am giving L, and if I press enter, this limits will get activated. Suppose if I want to activate this adaptive, then I have to press D. Suppose if I want to activate this follow, then I have to press F. F. Why F? Because in the follow you can see this F is in blue color. So if I press F, inside the grid, that F, that is follow, will get activated. But as of now, I don't want to go into the other option. I will restrict my grid command up to this limits. Okay, in the further lecture, I will tell you this grid option in detail. Don't worry. Okay, there is one more option to activate this limit. Just left click onto this. But as of now, I will go in the traditional way. Okay, traditional way means initial days of AutoCAD. So if I press L and see, I have pressed L here and enter. Okay, so what I did inside that grid, I pressed L and enter. Now what it is showing? Grid display grid beyond limits means, do you want to display the grid beyond your limit? Because I have set some limit. What is my limit? What is my limit? My limit is this one. I have specified lower left corner 0, 0 and upper right corner 210,297. So this is my limit. And I don't want to show the grids beyond the limit. So what I will do here, display grid beyond limits, I will press no. If I press no, the grid will not be displayed outside the limit. Now again you can see, for yes you have to type Y and for no you have to type no. So if I type no, that is N. Okay, if I type no, that is N and enter, then you will see some changes there. Then what I typed? No. N for no and enter. Now you will see this type of screen. The grid is gone. Where it gone? Nowhere. Don't worry. Just follow one more command, that is zoom. After that, you have to do zoom. What is the shortcut for zoom? Z. Enter. Let's do this. Shortcut for zoom is Z. Then for activating the zoom, you have to press enter. Okay. Now again, you will see different options of zoom. But as of now, I am going to use this all. Zoom and then all. For activating the all, you can see this A is getting highlighted. That means I will press A, inside that zoom, I will press A and enter. You will see that grid in the A4 size manner. Yes, now you can see. So what I did, A, after that zoom, you have to type A and enter. What does that mean? A means all. All means whatever things, whatever drawing, whatever entities which I have drawn in the drawing area of AutoCAD, all the things must be shown. All the things I want to see. That's why I activated zoom. And after activating the zoom, see, after activating the zoom, I went on to this all command. Okay, now I want to come out of this zoom command. I have to press escape. Okay, so this is the first thing which you have to do once you start your AutoCAD. Okay, now if you move the scroll button, that middle cursor, if you move it or rotate it, you can see this whole screen is getting zoom in and zoom out. Yes, zoom in and zoom out. Okay, yes, scroll. Just I am rotating the scroll. Okay, just rotate the scroll. You will see that the whole that grid is getting zoom in and zoom out. Okay, and also you might have noticed one thing. If you pressed the scroll button, that is middle button, that crosshair will be converted into a black hand. Just continuously press that, keep on pressing that middle button, that is scroll button, and move the mouse. You will see that whole of the drawing area will be moving. And that coordinate system x and y axis has moved here because this is the lower left corner, 0 comma 0. Okay, lower left corner, and this is the upper right corner, that is 210 comma 297. So this is the first basic thing you need to do in the first moment. Okay,